Hi everyone, I'm Terry from Believe Academy, and I wanted to create a video that addresses my number one question. And this might even be the question that you have. When parents are excited about teaching their children at home for the first time, they never know where to start. And I see this question everywhere in parent groups, even when they sign up for my online preschool. They're so excited until they realize, like, oh my goodness, I've never done this before. I don't know what to do. What do I start with first? And so I have 5 things that you can teach right away. You don't have to have a degree, you don't have to know everything. All you have to do is have patience and a little bit of creativity. So, the first thing that you should work on with your child at home is teaching them letter sounds. Now, this might be contrary to what you already believe. You might think that, oh, well, they should know the ABCs. They should be able to sing the ABCs. No, they should not be able to sing the ABCs. That is a song. That does not teach them the letter names or the letter sounds. But focus on teaching them the letter sounds, not just randomly, but first teach them the letter sounds in their name. So, for instance, if their name is Michael, you want to teach them how the letter M sounds, the I, the C, the H, the A, the E, the L. You want to identify those letter sounds first and then graduate to the other letter sounds. 2, you want to make sure that your children know how to count rote, or like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Count at least up to start off with 5. Then once they do well at 5, do 10, 20, and then 30. And once your child is about 5, they're ready, or maybe even 4, 4.5, they're ready to count to 100. But don't start counting to 100 all at once, or even trying to count to 20 all at once. I like to create mini goals for my child so that they're attainable, and so that they don't get frustrated. And believe me, when they get frustrated, you also get frustrated. So you want to eliminate the frustration at all if possible. 3, basic 2D shapes: triangle, circle, rectangle, square, rhombus, not a diamond, rhombus, and even oval. So those, you want to focus on those shapes, identifying them. If you're in a car, you could do I spy. I spy something with my little eye, something that is a circle. Or even if you're on a walk around your neighborhood, identifying what shape is the stop sign, what shape is the ball. So you want to identify learning opportunities whenever you can. So learning doesn't have to be sitting down at a desk. It can be in the bathtub when you're counting bubbles, the bubbles that you see in the bathtub. Learning and counting can be counting the snack. If you have fruit snacks, counting the number of fruit snacks in the package. It can also even mean counting the steps as you're walking up and down. So you don't always have to have planned activities. You can also have them sporadic moments where you're teaching, even if you're outside playing. The other day, my son, he had these pine cones, and he was excited about collecting as many as he possibly could. So we counted them, and it was the first time that he counted to 50. So I was very proud about that. And then also we did a science experiment because we put them into water, and we learned that when the water hits the pine cones close up so that they can protect the seeds. So not only did we have a math lesson, but we also had a science lesson all in one, and it was guided by my child's interest. You want to make sure that you're guided by your child's interests. Just because it looks like a fun activity that you found on Pinterest or on Instagram, it doesn't mean that it's going to work well for you and your child. So just make sure that if your child likes dinosaurs, try to incorporate lessons that have to do with dinosaurs. You can buy dinosaur toys. You can look up many educational dinosaur books online. You can look up the different types of dinosaurs and discuss what's real and imaginary, the different like versus real dinosaurs versus imaginary dinosaurs that they see on TV. So there's so many ways that you can explore your child's interests. Your child should also know their name. I know that is something that you would think that every child knows, but if your child has a nickname and you constantly are calling your child by their nickname, they may not know their name. And I know this sounds very, very foreign and very silly, but this actually happened to me the first year I taught kindergarten. And I had my roster full of students, and I was calling off all of the names and doing the attendance. And I was calling this child's name, and the child said, "No, that's not my name. My name is AJ." And I said, So first day kindergarten, I had to teach this little boy his name. So no, his name was not AJ. It was another name. But that just goes to show you that you want to make sure that if you're calling your child a nickname, that they also know their name as well. So that's very, very important. Even outside of class, you want to make sure that your child knows how to express themselves verbally, how to identify their needs and uh, tell an adult what they need. For example, sometimes my son, he'll be nervous about asking me for things because he thinks I'm going to say no. But I always tell them, hey, you never know. Sometimes the answer might be yes, sometimes the answer might be no. So always encourage your children to speak up for their needs, because if they're going off to kindergarten or if they have a babysitter, then you want to make sure that you feel confident and that they're confident that their needs can be uh, across and met. Another thing that your child should know are colors. Red, blue, yellow, green, purple, on. You want to make sure that they can identify their colors and name objects that are that color. Like you can have color sorting activities. My favorite color activities are sensory bin activities where they have to sort objects by color. You can also have them sort things by size. And sorting is another big thing that I like to teach because it's teaching children um, to visually be vigilant and pay attention to what they're looking for, which is a precursor to reading. And it's also a math skill. So not only is it a reading skill, but it's a math skill. Being able to sort items into categories, uh, also being able to, my favorite things that we use to sort are fruit snacks, the pouch caps. I have a whole ton of those that we use to sort, and we sort those by color and also by size and by type. So if you have milk tops, water bottle tops, I have applesauce tops. I used to have baby jar tops, but I use them for a project, so I no longer have those. So you can sort them by different types and also by color. So sorting is another big thing that we do in preschool. And the last thing that you want to teach your child, so we mentioned counting by rote, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but you also want to make sure that your child can physically count using one-to-one correspondence. So picking up 5 objects, counting them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, being able to count 5 objects, being able to count 1 object, being able to realize that they have 0 objects. Zero is very hard to explain to a child because their minds don't work very abstract. But yeah, the idea of zero, the idea of 1, 5, 10, and then if they've mastered that, then you can go up to 20. But for young children, we focus on identifying 5 and up to 10. So I hope that these tips helped you. And this is just one video in the series of Get Your Child Ready for Kindergarten over the summer. Like, share, and follow for more tips. And if you have any questions or any clarification that you want from this video, don't be afraid to comment, and I'll respond back to you guys. Have a great day, everyone.